Hello everyone, my name is Jedi Castro from DCPT 31, and today I will reflect on an important case regarding the Christian Kadahas versus People of the Philippines, GR number 247348. Now this case is about a man's actions online and the legal consequences that followed. It also shows how the law protects children and minors and ensures justice in the digital age. By looking at the facts, issues, and court rulings, we can learn a valuable lessons about responsibility, ethics, and most important of all, serving the right justice. Now, for question 1, what is the case all about? Well, the case involves Christian Cadahas, a 24-year-old man who was convicted of child pornography under Section 4C2 of RA number 10175, or the Cybercrime Prevention Acts. In relation to Sections 4A, 3B, and C5 of RA number 9775, the Anti-Child Pornography Act. On April 2, 2016, Cadahas entered into a romantic relationships with AAA or AAA, a 14-year-old minor. After 2 weeks of courtship through Facebook Messenger, they had initially met at a canteen where Cadahas worked. Now, despite the significant age difference, their relationship continued until AAA's mother, Triple B or BBB, discovered it in June 2016 by accessing AAA's Facebook account on her phone. Triple B, the child's mother, disapproved of their relationships, warning Cadahas to stay away from her daughter, but the two ignored her objections. By October 2016, the minor's mother found messages in which Cadahas persuaded the minor or the child to meet him at a motel. On November 18, 2016, the mother of the child uncovered explicit conversations on Facebook Messenger, where Cadahas coerced the child to send nude photos of her breast and vagina. Although the child was initially complied, she attempted to delete the messages later. However, the mother forced the child to access Cadahas' Facebook account and retrieve copies of their conversations as evidence. And on December 27, 2016, two criminal charges were filed against Cadahas, one for child abuse under RA number 7610 and another for child pornography under RA number 10175. Now these are regarding about all about the case. Now moving forward to the facts. Now moving forward to what are the facts of the case. Now, the relationship between Christian Cadahas and the minor began through Facebook Messenger, where the minor initiated contact. On April 2, 2016, they officially became a couple. The minor was 14 years old at the time, while Cadahas was 24. In June 2016, the mother of the minor accessed the child's Facebook account on her phone and discovered messages revealing their relationship. Concerned about her child's young age, the mother disapproved and warned Cadahas to end the relationships. However, both AAA or the minor and Cadahas disregarded the mother's warning and continued their exchange and their relationship. Now, in October 2016, the mother read messages from Cadahas, attempting to persuade the child or the minor to meet him at a motel. On November 18, 2016, the mother uncovered explicit Facebook Messenger conversations in which Cadahas coerced the minor into sending him photos of her private parts. And despite the child's attempt to delete the messages, the mother already forced her to access Cadahas' account, securing the incriminating evidence. This led to two criminal charges being filed against Cadahas on December 27, 2016, while for child abuse and one for child pornography. Now, moving on to the issues in this case. Regarding about the issues in this case, there are four issues that can be seen in this case. The case raised several critical legal issues that question both procedural and substantive aspects of the law. The first issue revolved around the admissibility of evidence, specifically whether the evidence retrieved by the mother from Kadaha's Facebook Messenger's account violated his constitutional rights to privacy. This issue was central to determining whether the evidence could lawfully be used in court. The second issue concerned the applicability of laws, whether Kadaha's actions, particularly inducing the minor to send explicit photos, fell within the scope of child pornography as defined under Section 4C2 of RA number 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act. And this required an interpretation of the statute to ascertain if the actions met the criteria of the offense. And the third issue focused on the interpretation of the law. The Court of Appeals or the Court of Appeals had to determine whether the unlawful and punishable acts described in RA number 10175 and RA 9775 were correctly applied to the petitioner's case. This interpretation was crucial in upholding the charges brought against Kadahas. Lastly, the case raised questions about the sufficiency of evidence, since Kadahas claimed that the prosecution failed to prove his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, arguing that his relationship with the minor was consensual and invoking the sweetheart defense. However, the legal framework rendered such a defense irrelevant due to the minor's status as a minor, emphasizing the inherent imbalance of power and exploitation in the relationship. Now, moving forward to the ruling of the Supreme Court. Now, moving on to the ruling of the Supreme Court. Now, finally, the court found no compelling reason to modify the fine imposed by the courts as it is within the allowable range imposed by law. Wherefore, the petition is denied. Consequently, the decision dated September 27 and 2018 and the resolution dated May 9, 2019, both rendered by the Court of Appeals in CR number 40298, are affirmed with modification. Now, for the ruling on the Supreme Court upheld Kadahas convictions for child pornography under Section 4C2 of RA number 10175 in relations to RA number 9775. The court ruled that the evidence obtained by the mother was admissible as AAA or the minor voluntarily accessed Kadahas' Facebook account to retrieve the messages. It held that inducing a minor to send explicit photos constitutes child pornography, which is inherently immoral and illegal. The Supreme Court sentenced Kadahas to reclusion perpetua or life imprisonment and even fined him $1 million pesos. The court dismissed the sweetheart defense, emphasizing that minors cannot provide informed consent in such cases, and this decision reaffirmed the state's role in protecting minors from exploitation and highlighted the importance of ensuring accountability for crimes committed through digital platforms. Now lastly, what are my takeaways in this case? Now, all I can say from this case is that this case underscores the misuse of digital platforms to exploit vulnerable individuals, particularly minors. It highlights the critical role of laws like RA number 10175 and RA number 9775 in addressing such crimes. These decisions also illustrates how privacy rights, though constitutionally protected, are not absolute and can be overridden to protect minors from harm. And this case also taught me that it is always important for your parents or your guardians to always have access to your phones, especially if you're a minor, since things like that can be found and which are problematic and immoral. And the rejection of the sweetheart defense sets a strong precedent, emphasizing that minors cannot give valid consent to exploitative relationships, as they are a minor and will need such the approval of their guardians. This case reinforces the responsibility of society, legal, professional, and individuals to safeguard the welfare of children and ensure ethical practices in both physical and digital spaces. It serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of vigilance, legal mechanisms, and ethical accountability in protecting the most vulnerable members of society, the children. Now, that's all from me. And so, to summarize it out, or in conclusion, this case of Christian Cadaas versus people of the Philippines shows how the law protects minors and punishes those who exploit them. It reminds us that justice must keep up with changes in technology while ensuring fairness and protection for everyone. As members of society, we all have a responsibility to stay vigilant and support ethical practices that keep vulnerable individuals safe. Thank you for listening, and I hope this discussion helps you understand how the law works to protect what is important to us. That's all from me, and I'm Jedi P. Castro from DCPT 31.